Another day, another game of playoff hoops on a Sunday night. The Knicks win in Indiana. Finally, they are now down 2-1 in the series. There has not been a one home win this series so far. We will get into it all. My name is Shlomo Stark,
My name is David Jacob.
and this is the daily basketball recap in 15 minutes or less. Levy,
Mhm.
I'm happy about the win. But like I said, I'm coming at you calm. Like I said yesterday, I'm not smack talking. I'm not excited. I'm happy we won. Let's get game four.
Yeah. Yep.
It's now I can talk about the game. There was an adjustment. We put um Mitchell Robinson in the starting lineup. I say we like him on the team. The On the one hand, this was a great move because if you look at it from a minute standpoint, you could make the case that it actually doesn't matter. Josh Hart played 34 minutes. Mitchell Robinson played 28 minutes. Last game, Mitchell Robinson played 28 minutes. Mitchell Robinson played 29 minutes and Hart played 28 minutes. So Josh Hart actually played more this game, even though Mitchell was in the starting lineup. So you could make the case that there's that there was like Tibbs just kind of did that to appease the fans or the ownership, but like he actually just plays the guys he wants.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna argue the other way. That was what I originally thought, but then I watched this game. Wobe said this also, so I'm happy we thought of the same things. But when you start Mitchell Robinson, you can't go to the hack a Mitch because then you're getting your starters in foul trouble and you're in the bonus with like 11 minutes left. So you have to play actual basketball with Mitchell Robinson. You have to actually go against him defensively, which is not easy. And then 9 minutes, 8 minutes into the first quarter, then you can then you start playing the minutes without him, and the hack and Mitch thing doesn't work. Another thing Tibbs did was he gave um Shamit and Wright double-digit minutes off the bench. I didn't even recognize these guys as I was watching. I was like, "Who is that? Oh, it's Shamit. Oh, who is that? Oh, Delon Wright. Okay, good job, almost getting that rebound there, buddy." Um, Indiana's bench is so far superior to the Knicks bench. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but tonight, with Jalen Brunson in foul trouble, Karl Anthony Towns steps up, scores 20 points in the fourth quarter, and then with a minute and a half left, minute 37 to be exact, Jalen Brunson checks back in and obviously just delivers in the clutch. Hits one tough shot, gets fouled another couple times. Knicks play great defense, and they get the W. All
Yeah.
three games have been in clutch time, like we predicted. All three games, it's very similar to the Pistons game, to the Pistons series.
Serious.
And any game, anyone could win any game. So with the Pacers up 2-1, I still have to predict they're gonna win the series.
I still think it's gonna go seven. I still think it's gonna go seven. Like,
You still have
meaning,
the Knicks at 7?
um, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Just because they're down 2-1, they have to win another. Like you said, I'd feel more comfortable if it's game four, if they're going into MSG with momentum. I think that's a good look. But I think that the Pacers also like to play MSG when the Knicks have momentum. So it's interesting. I think though, like meaning game threes are always complicated because I feel like usually it does shift the series momentum, right? Like with the Thunder, like I don't think to tell you that the now I'm scared for the Thunder's sake, but I will say that I think that the Knicks with really minor changes changed the trajectory of this game and or series. Like I think it was really minimal change. Like meaning like you're playing DeLon Wright multiple minutes. Like he's a good defender, whatever you want to say. Like I saw people talking about it like and he was like +2 and whatever. It's like yeah, the team won also. Like that's usually it affects plus minus. Um, but it really was a very minuscule change, and it seemed to be a difference maker even with Brunson out for a good amount of the game. So I don't know. Maybe
Listen, here's what you say. The Thunder are up 2-1 and the Knicks are down to and the Pacers are up 2-1. The Knicks feel a lot closer to the Pacers than the Timberwolves do to the Thunder,
yeah
even though the score in the series is the same.
yeah. Um, that being said, I think that what's very interesting to me is that you hear a lot of people who are like, oh, like the Knicks are now getting like bench contribution. To be honest with you, their bench sucks. That's just the reality of it. Like Mitchell Robinson, when he was coming off the bench, he's good. Josh,
No, they suck, but they got minutes. That was the difference. Not that they played well, that they played. I cannot remember the last game that DeLon Wright and Landry Shamet got double-digit minutes. They played 11 and 10 minutes each. It wasn't that they played well, they didn't. I'm not talking about the +2. I don't even know where you heard that. That's a stupid stat, which I think you agree with.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
they were terrible on the floor, but Tibbs put them on the floor because he saw we were losing these fourth quarters and he needed to give these guys some rest. So let us lose the third quarter, but we're not losing the fourth, which is exactly what happened.
right.
Meaning the way it's been in this series is we've won the first two quarters, or we've at least outplayed the first two quarters, and then the Pacers have the Pacers won the third and always won the fourth quarter, always, and Tibbs was like none of that. Like we're not doing that, so we're gonna lose the second and third. We can lose the second and third quarter. Get DeLon Wright out there. Get Landry Shamet out there. But in the fourth quarter, we're dominating. And the fourth quarter, the Knicks won 36-20.
Yeah. I also, by the way, want to give a special shout out to OG, who he brought the energy. It was good. He was like really defending. He was really out there.
OG's so good at defense.
He's
And
great.
he could hit like a good shot at the right time. He was 6 for 9 shooting night, 4 of 6 from three, always like at the perfect time.
Right.
But I don't think we give enough props to Karl Anthony Towns.
That's what we wanted him
Um,
to do all series, like throughout the whole playoffs. Like just you, you're not like a nothing. You want to call yourself the best shooting big man of all time, so go for it, shoot, and that's what he did. And this is what we need. This is how the Knicks win, is by utilizing their offensive weapons because now they're a more offense-based team. And he, pulled through for them, which is good. And
mhm,
he needs to do that more.
correct. Also, you gotta get the Knicks won. Also, the foul shots were huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brunson 10 for 10, Towns 5 for 6, Hart 6 of 6, McBride 4 for 4. Like those guys all being 100%, we won by 6. Like it wasn't. This was a very very close game, and the six is like they fouled at the end. Like it was very 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 close. Um, from the Pacers side, like Siakam is good.
He's so good, man. I love Pascal. He's so good.
He's great.
Um,
But I think the I, I honestly don't know if this is. I'm just gonna be honest with my basketball knowledge. I don't know if this was an adjustment, but Anunoby took Neesmith this game, and I've never seen anyone get shut down so bad. Like I don't know if Anunoby was on Neesmith games 1 and 2. I honestly don't remember who was taking Neesmith, especially in game one where that I still have nightmares about
yeah,
game
yeah.
one. But but Anunoby on Neesmith tonight was like it was like he shot. I've been looking at the numbers now. He shot 2 for 8. Felt a lot worse because I think he was just smothering him and not even letting him shoot.
Yeah.
He was phenomenal. So
But again,
I really like that.
in the previous two games, it came down to the last few possessions, right? I think that they understand now Siakam is going to score. it's not worth putting primary like your best primary defender on him from the standpoint of he scored 39 points last game and it was still close.
Hmm.
So let him score. Let Tyrese do his shenanigans. It's the supplemental scoring that ruined them from Neesmith the last two games. So you know what? Let's just take him out and see where that gets us. And that's what happened. And they
Yeah.
like let's make sure that their supporting cast can't score as well. And that's exactly what happened.
Mhm.
Also, just a funny like note. I watched it back. There was a play that Nemhard literally dribbles into a shot, like he like sidesteps, dribbles into a shot, and then dribbles again into mid range. But he picked up the ball in between, and the refs were just like, "Yeah, no, that's a two." You're like, "That was a that was a travel for sure. That's like not even close."
You're talking about on the baseline.
He was on the 3-point line and then dribbled. He dribbled to the side and then dribbled in, like but after like picking up the ball in
I
between.
remember that play. I did not watch the replay, but did not think it was a travel in the moment, but did think it looked a little weird.
Yeah, it
I was like,
was
what
yeah.
was that? I'm like, oh, I guess he scored a two. And then I moved on. But I remember that play thinking it was weird, but I like it was from the corner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that play. I was like watching, being like, huh. But I didn't like look back to be like, hey, I don't like do that. Like, it's interesting that you do that. Like, I don't like watch game tape and I'm like, hey, it's a travel refs. Like, I don't like look for like, I don't like, I'll watch like highlights. I won't like look for like the niche.
But
Like,
I
I'm
think I
not a game
think
film guy. Like,
but I
my
think like you're
cousin Isaac
saying,
is like, he's just on YouTube after Knicks games, just like
analyzing.
watching tape, like, oh, like we're getting up great shots from like corner threes and like the mid range, like Bridges from mid range is actually lethal. Like, I'm like not, and I'm like, it's like too much for me.
Well, on that note, I have a hard time just because if you have to point out something to me that isn't obvious while watching a basketball, not even looking at stats, while isn't obvious while watching a basketball game, I'm like, if you're not utilizing that thing that they're so effective at, then what purpose is like meaning if you're not gonna actually take Bridges into the mid range, you're gonna do it 3 times a night as opposed to like if he's so automatic from there and you're gonna try to do it like 10 times a night, what's the great. Great. He's shooting a high percentage on very few shots. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
I hear you.
but that play specifically, it wasn't like I was like studying it, whatever. It was just like you said, like it was like a weird thing. I was just like, wait, what just happened? And then I think it's like a little bit Russillo-ish of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. Priscilla loves doing that. Okay, predictions. I got the Thunder. I
Yeah, I
love.
decided I decided I'm not going to speak too much on this. I predicted Thunder in six. I'm going to stick to that prediction. I think that's right.
That was it. But who's winning tonight?
I think Thunder.
Okay. Thunder are favored by 3 points in Minnesota.
Yeah, they just like meaning the game would
Um,
have been closer. Like it was interesting. There was a video of Shea actually detailing while he was sitting on the bench at the end of the game because they again Mark Daigneault pulled the starters. Um, like meaning like very early on, he was detailing the exact issue that their defense had in the last game. Like he was sitting there analyzing it, and like I think it was a very I mean listen he's the MVP, but it was a very astute observation, very smart basketball, where he was like the problem is that they're coming up higher, so they're meaning what was happening before was that they're giving Shea the three. If you rush Shea a little bit on the three and you kind of pack the middle a little bit more, it has to be passed out to the shooters. If the shooters aren't hitting shots, then it's an issue. And that's what was happening, is that their best 3-point shooters are just between Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe they're just not hitting anything, and it's very frustrating to watch. So I don't think that that happens 2 games in a row. I think also the Timberwolves had like a certain intensity to them last game that I don't. They shot like 50% from the field and like also it was like
it
49
was
from three or something.
57 from field, 50 from three.
That's ridiculous. That's not.
Yeah, it was a good game.
It's just not going to happen again. So
Yeah,
so I think it's Thunder.
I love one of my favorite things in the NBA is when a star elevates himself, especially a star that's like an underdog. So I'm really rooting for like the Anthony Edwards 60-point game. Like I always root for that stuff, which like you can't count out. It's unlikely, but like a Jalen Brunson like 60 point. Like it doesn't really happen in the playoffs. You don't really get 60-point games in the playoffs. But like those are my favorite. Like that Jokic 40-20 game has been my favorite game of the playoffs. Like, cause
Yeah.
I love when like a star is down and they're like, wait a second, like I am better than your entire team. I'm going to get a 40 point, 20 rebound, like Aaron Gordon buzzer beater. Like just like I love when that happens. So that's what I'm rooting for. But I'm predicting a Thunder win by a lot.
Yeah, last game I felt a little bit more like it. I would love to see Anthony Edwards be a primary option. That's kind of my
Well,
like
he was last game.
right. But I'm saying like I want to see him like really take it on because I just don't like it's such a bizarre thing to me that I really feel like for a portion of these playoffs he was just like peace. I'm just gonna go sit over here, Julius Randle, you do your thing. And I'm like, why? Like give us the entertainment. Come on. Come on, Anthony Edwards. But yeah, I hope he does. I want that's ultimately I think what we all want. We want to see the best competition and ultimately your team win at the end of the best competition. So I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it.
All right, that was the daily basketball recap in 15 minutes or less. I want to thank you, Levy, for co-hosting, for producing, and for celebrating Memorial Day with me, just hanging out with me on Memorial Day. Thank the soldiers, the vets. It's also Yom Yerushalayim, Jerusalem Day, double holiday today. So I want to just thank you for hanging out with me on the holidays. It's a nice time. Neither of those holidays give me a day off work. Even though there's two holidays, I don't get one day off work, so that's a bummer. But if anyone from Cause Match listening, I love my job and I am thrilled to be working and I am happy that I get to be working and I don't want a day off today. I want to come in with 110% tenacity like I'm Josh Hart over here and just doing my job, doing what I got to do to help make the company money. And I want to thank you for listening.